Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all today? Today we are going to discuss the process of respiration. Respiration, first of all, we are going to know what is respiration. Now, respiration is a process of breathing. Let us first understand what is breathing. The taking of air into and out of our lungs is called breathing. Now, in breathing, we have the exchange of primarily two important gases, that is, oxygen and carbon dioxide. The breathing process comes in two parts. First part is inhalation, that is, the taking up of air into our lungs. And the second part is when the oxygen is being consumed from the inhaled air and is converted into carbon dioxide and other respective products. That carbon dioxide then needs to be removed from our lungs, and that part is called exhalation. We all know that we humans inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Okay, so let us talk about the first process, that is the inhalation. When we inhale, oxygen in the inhaled air passes through the walls of the alveoli of lungs. Okay, now let us first know what is an alveoli. These are the lungs. Okay, so this is our windpipe through which we inhale the air into the lungs, and in lungs you can see this spongy type material at the end of all this bronchial. So these are the endpoints in the lungs. These are the spongy material. They are the alveoli, which are surrounded by a stream of capillaries. Okay, so when the air is inhaled in through the windpipe and it reaches to the alveoli, the capillaries that are surrounding it, the oxygen is passed from the alveoli into the capillaries. Okay, and there in the capillaries, which contains the blood, inside it the oxygen combines with the hemoglobin of the red blood cells. Okay, the tiny capillaries that are surrounding the alveoli, they carry blood, and the alveoli transfer the oxygen from them into the capillaries which carry the blood, and the oxygen now goes into the hemoglobin of the blood. Now this red blood cells which are carrying oxygen, they are then from the lungs carried all the way to the heart. Now the heart pumps the oxygen. Okay, and this oxygenated blood is then sent to all the main arteries, and from the arteries it travels to the capillaries and to all the different parts of the body which require the oxygen for functioning. Okay, now from the capillaries the oxygen then leaves the hemoglobin and passes from the blood into the intercellular fluid. These are the capillaries which are carrying our oxygenated blood. Now the oxygen from here then goes into the intercellular fluid. Okay, from this fluid, then the oxygen passes into the cells. From here it passes from the capillaries, it passes to the intercellular fluid, and from the intercellular fluid it passes into the cells. Now in the cells, the oxygen start reacting with the nutrients that we get from the food. It reacts to release energy, the energy that we require to function. Now this whole process in which the cells use the oxygen to release energy is called cellular respiration. Here the oxygen reacts with the nutrients from the food, produces carbon dioxide, water and ATP. This ATP is the primary energy which we, the living beings, require. Now this cellular respiration is a form of oxidation. Oxidation in living cells is taking place at a much slower pace, at a very slower pace, at a very slow rate as compared to the oxidation that is happened when something is burning. Okay, now over here also the same thing happens. In the chemical reaction we have the carbon dioxide released as a normal oxidation, water and the ATP, which is the energy. Now this energy is used to provide heat for the body. That is why we, the living beings, have a temperature, a steady temperature of body, and this is the energy that we require for doing a normal household work or any sort of work that we need to carry out. Now the carbon dioxide that is being produced in this process, that needs to now leave the body. So what happens is, this carbon dioxide that was now prepared in the cells, here the whole cycle will be reversed. The inhalation, the whole process of the inhalation, that oxygen was taken in from the windpipe, then into the lungs, then from the lungs to the capillary, to the alveoli, from the alveoli to the capillaries, capillaries to the arteries, to the heart, and then from heart to all the other main arteries, and from there into the cells. Now here the whole process is reversed. This carbon dioxide which is now produced in the cell is going to be transferred from the cell to the intercellular fluid, from this intercellular fluid to the capillaries, from the capillaries back to the lungs, and from the lungs then the carbon dioxide is exhaled out from the body. So inhalation and exhalation are both quite the opposite of each other. The path also is reversed. So here we are going to stop for the process of cellular respiration. The diagrams that are in the books, which is Fig 2.5 and Figure 2.4, which are being shared on the screen, these are important for this process. You are requested to practice these diagrams and read the process thoroughly. Assalamu alaikum.